Hi everyone, my name is Erica Alora and I am a healer. I'm an energy intuitive and a channel. And today we're going to be doing a healing on the subject of abuse. So this has been coming up quite a bit in the last week. Lots of clients showing up with unresolved abuse, and some of it is from this lifetime. A lot of it is from past experiences, a lot from ancestral lineage. So it's interesting because sometimes when somebody is running abuse in terms of a program or an energy, something that's unresolved in their soul records, they can experience, of course, abuse in this lifetime. They're going to attract experiences of abuse. They're trying to resolve it, release it, heal it. There are other things that can happen though. Sometimes there are experiences where there's a program of abuse in the records, and instead of attracting in more experiences of abuse, they might attract in a situation where they feel completely stuck and incapacitated in their life. Almost like the universe has put them in a giant timeout. They feel like they can't get anything manifested, they can't get anything going. Feels like they have just nothing to work with. And when we go back and we research it, we find that there are all these energies of abuse that they've experienced, and the unresolved emotional energy that's running from those experiences of abuse have to do with unforgiveness of self, unworthiness, and judgmental energies. So as a result, they're holding all of this energy on themselves, not allowing themselves to experience their highest good. They've intervened and said, because I experienced abuse, because I was abused, or because I abused others, I don't deserve anything good. And here they are in this lifetime having these feelings of, I must be bad. There must be something wrong with me. Why else can't I seem to attract in my greater good? So we want to release all of this. While you're listening to this and you know that you've experienced abuse, I want you to just to give yourself some space to let whatever needs to go, go. It could be that a part of the abuse that you've experienced is a continuation of abuse in a long story of abuse through your ancestral lineage, and you're coming in and playing that out as a part of that greater narrative. So it's easy to get into just experiences of feeling like, I was abused, I was a victim, there were perpetrators who harmed me, and I'll never be whole, I'll never be healed, I'll never be complete. And if you feel that way, I want to tell you that that is not true. That you can heal, that you have wisdom and you have understanding, that you really know and understand suffering, and there's no longer a reason for you to keep yourself in any more suffering. So as I say this, I'm really wanting to speak mostly to your subconscious mind that wants to hold on to any of these energies of abuse. And I just want to say as a caveat to all of this, that when we go in and we heal energies, it doesn't mean that we're, going in and magically erasing the memories of what happened. It doesn't mean that we're taking away any wisdom from your being. We're releasing the unresolved energies that you're holding on yourself, on others, on life, on the divine, on your family, on anyone who is involved in any experiences, so that you no longer have to keep playing it out, and you can give yourself some space, some room, some ease to start to have a new experience, that you don't have to be defined solely by abusive experiences. So, all of that being said, let's jump in and just see what comes up. As you open up to receive the energy of source, your guides, your guardian angels, the beings who are working with you, your own subconscious is going to release. It's going to come in. Energies will come in and help to lighten up. Things will be released, even if it's not exactly what it is that I'm saying. So you're opening up to receive from the divine. You're opening up to receive healing. Breathe. Let things go. Let these energies move. I invite you to just allow and receive. So let's get started. Just going to relax my body, close my eyes. I'm going to have you relax your body, close your eyes if possible. Take a breath. So I would like to call upon and invoke or bring forth the very highest vibration of source energy, which is love, to step into this clearing. I'd like to ask that all of the beings who are working with us, that means our high self committee, our guides, our guardian angels, ascended masters, ancestral lineage loved ones who are coming in to help and support us, come forward with ease. That any negative or limiting themes, challenges, choices, or programs that need to be clear easily and effortlessly, that I remain neutral and clear on behalf of anyone listening. And so it is. So let's go ahead and connect in. I'm going to ask to please connect my high self committee to high self of anyone listening, my self listeners, high self for both, nobody. So there's some strong attachment to energies that are coming up, strong attachment blocking you from healing. What are they? Victimization. I've defined myself as a victim. It's become so much a part of my narrative and my story about myself that if I release this, I'm not sure I'm going to know who I am anymore. It will create too much disruption. So it's a conflict. So I want to know if we can go ahead and let this go. Let's let it go. Let's go ahead and release that. Let's take any vows, contracts, oaths, agreements, or obligations that you're holding to be a victim, and let's release it. This could come from past experiences for about 95% of you who are listening, where you believe that because you've harmed others, you deserve to experience victimization. So that's a victimization because of unforgiveness of self. So I can't release that right now. So let's see where I can go to shift this for you. If something comes up that I can't release, it just means that there's a little more research to be done in order to resolve the issue. So what is it? You have a block to some positive expressions. You have a block to self-forgiveness. Okay, well that makes sense. Anything else that's blocked? Yeah, blocks to love of self. Is there anything else that we need to look at? Can we clear it? Let's release it. So whenever I'm working with someone and there's a resistance to heal, it comes up, can I clear this person? No, it's just because the person's holding self-punishment or unforgiveness on themselves. And once we resolve and release those, they open up to receive healing. So let's go ahead and clear any other blocks or interferences. Let's take any of the beliefs, perceptions, or judgments that you've received at any time in your journey where you were told that you should feel guilty, that you're unworthy, that there's something wrong with you, that you're a disappointment, that you're bad. Let's go ahead and clear and release that. All those perspectives or points of view that you've taken on as a definition of self. To what degree has that been resolved? Now, my self listeners, high self, or both now, both. Are there any other blocks to receiving or benefiting from this session? No. What about the modality or from me? No. How long for the prep to work list to me? My high self listener, their high self. Let's apply it now. Whole list of things. Just letting that be applied. And let's just go ahead and update myself, your high self, with all of the most leading edge information, wisdom, light, understanding, expanded possibilities, everything that needs to be cleared. For you, everyone working with you, all potentials and possibilities of working with Source. Good. Okay, good. Now, first thing that's coming up is a negative or discordant energy that you're holding on your physical body. This comes from thousands of lifetimes of abuse. So where are we beginning to release this? We're not going specific, we're starting general. So we have programs of guilt held on the physical body, programs of shame held on the physical body. Some of these are associated with hate of women, hate of self, hate of men. Programs or energies of panic, and programs or energies of low self-esteem. Is this enough to clear it? Let's release it. Just take a nice breath, nice deep breath, and release it. Let all that go. These are all just old beliefs, programs, perceptions that you picked up. Where else is there negative or discordant energy held on the physical body? No. Okay, so let's go on to the next energy. This is the belief that you're not able to have any kind of control or power in your own body, in the expression of your physical body. So what is that? It's a self-doubt program, rejection of the physical, spiritual suicide, energies of self-pity, restlessness, energies of injustice, abuse of the body. I've been abused, now I'm just going to abuse my own body, energies of overwhelm. Clear it. Let's clear all blocks to the positive soul quality of humility, understanding, composure, innocence, and forgiveness. So let's look at the cellular level of the physical body. What needs to be healed or released? Let's clear any guilt or addictions to guilt, needing to feel guilty. Good. Now, to what degree has that been resolved? Where's my ego, listener's ego? Any other openings, holes, rips, tears, discarnate, separate entities, attachments, vortex or portal energies? How many souls in my body, souls connected? How many remaining? How many are left? How many are still there? What about for anyone listening? Let's clear and release any extra souls connected to the body. What does that mean? It's like a block or interference. Someone in non-physical coming in, connecting in. Maybe they say, hey, cool, I need clearing too. I'm going to connect to you. And when you receive a healing, I'll be able to receive one too. Just creates static, gets in the way. Just want to clear everybody to their right and perfect place. There's a level or layer of rage coming up about all of this. So where are we healing it? Clear anxiety as a negative motivation, blocking expression. Clear programs of rage. Now there's a percentage of rage that is running that doesn't even belong to you. So let's clear rage from mother's side. Let's clear rage from father's side. And let's clear any rage that you're holding or sharing with any group, any community, and let's release it. And what are we replacing that with? Let's download gratitude, generosity towards self, freedom, love, energies of love of self, optimism, relaxation, determination, faith, forgiveness, self-forgiveness. Okay, now let's look at where there is a belief or perception that you need to experience victimization. So where are we going? There's an experienced trauma from a past life with a group. Is there harm to the group? Physical death harm? Harm by a healer? And what's activated? Victimization, energies of slavery, energies of self-sabotage, energies of indecision, and energies of loneliness. Is this enough to clear it? Let's release it. So this is an experience, I mean, how timely. We have, you know, John of God in the news, who, you know, was an amazing healer, and yet this whole shadow side of what's going on, where there's rampant abuse of women, rampant abuse, death, I mean, all sorts of horrible stories. And so here's a similar situation, having someone that you trust, in this case a healer, who ends up being a perpetrator. So programs of anxiety are activated, self-doubt, hardship, disappointment, and overwhelm. So this is a past life, and so I want to look at what is activated for anyone as they're listening to this. It created a block to love of self and trusting yourself. It created a block to faith. And so what is it that we need to heal around that? What exactly is unresolved that is creating those? The program of abuse. So I want to know if this is enough to clear the lifetime, the program, the energy. Let's release it. Where else in anyone's vibration are they running a program of abuse? This is an energy of intolerance towards self and others. I need to be abused in order to remind me not to get involved with other people. Clear it. Let's give everybody a little boost. So, I mean, physical abuse, sexual abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, so many different forms of abuse. And what I want to know is, what are we needing to release about anything in particular? We don't have to go specific or particular. I'm being told just to stay general. Okay, so it's not so much just the abuse, it's all of the things that you made it mean about yourself, about life, about being in a body, about your safety. So to what degree is there a block to feeling a sense of safety and security? 100%. Where do we need to go to resolve this? Let's clear self-punishment, dysfunction of mind, and body programs. Any other blocks to that? Any other blocks to safety and security? Now, let's look at the ancestral lineage again. Genetic lineage on mother's side. Programs of exhaustion, disappointment, disappointment in self, disappointment in others, the energy of intolerance, the energy of alcoholism, and helplessness. Is this enough to clear it? Let's release that. What else? Anything else on mother's side? What else about father's side? I'm not hearing to clear anything from father's side right now. Any blocks to self-love, self-care as it relates to abuse? Yes. So let's clear all age beliefs, race beliefs, gender beliefs. Clear world energies, clear belief of beliefs. So some of you believe that just being incarnated in a physical body on this planet means you have to experience abuse. So these would be world energies. Can we clear it? Let's release it. Where else is there belief, perception, or judgment that just to be incarnated in a body on this planet means that there is abuse? It's a past life with a group. This is a group of guardian angels. What's the energy? They're observing a female experiencing what? Abuse, exhaustion, hardship, slavery. So what else do we need to know? So let's go ahead and clear the lifetimes, the programs, the energies, all of the imprints, the perspectives or points of view that you picked up. Clear panic. Clear rejection. Good. What else about abuse? So any other programs of abuse? No. Any other programs or energies related to abuse? No. Anything related to the soul records? No. What about on the cellular level? No. So I'm just being thorough. I want to make sure that we really get as much as we can release today, as much as you're willing to let go of. So again, when you work with a healer, they have access to whatever you're willing to let go of. No one can trespass on your free will when it comes to healing. You can't just take. We have to work with whatever you're willing to let go of. So We've done that. Now, the next most important energy on this topic to clear is the program of victimization. So to what degree is there victimization related to gender? 100%. And so where are we going to release it? Clear abuse of self, overwhelm, energies of panic, and energies of persecution. Let's release it. And it really doesn't matter how you identify, it's there. So wherever there's a belief related to any expression of gender or lack thereof, however you're running the energy, it's an association. So we just want to release it. So we're clearing panic. We want you to be and to feel completely free in your expression. That because you're showing up in a certain way as a woman, as a man, or whatever, that you have to experience any kind of abuse, any other harm, any other victimization. So let's look at lifetimes related to androgynous experiences. So as androgynous experiences, let's open it up. How many lifetimes or points of consciousness where there are androgynous experiences? Androgynous in a physical body? No, androgynous in energy, where someone doesn't identify in either polarity. And so what's activated? Being abused by others, programs of abuse, loneliness, energies of panic, energies of self-doubt, disappointment, brutality, experiences of cruelty. Is this enough to clear it? Let's release it. So in the work that I do, it can get really weird and esoteric, and not every lifetime is on this planet. There are some lifetimes where someone shows up and they're not on this planet. It's a different planet. It's a different set of circumstances. There are different bodies. It doesn't look the way we think of bodies on this planet. It's different. So different types of characters, different type of experience shows up. So anything else that we need to know about that? There are some of you who identify as star seeds, meaning that you've had a bulk of your experiences not on this planet, and you have a memory of coming from other places. And so what am I releasing around that? It's a belief that to come into this time-space reality, this planet, there has to be experiences of abuse and victimization. So can we release that association? Let's release it. Okay, is there anything else that we need to know about that? No. Any other programs or energies of abuse? So the final thing that I want to release here is where there are beliefs that because you've been a perpetrator, you've harmed others, that now you deserve to experience abuse and victimization over and over and over and over ad nauseum. And so where do we need to go to release that? And that's what I mean when I say there's abuse and victimization as a form of self-punishment. So this is an inheritance program with the group. There's a harm, a mental harm to the group. What's activated? Energies of unhappiness, energies of abuse of self, frustration, unhappiness, panic, energies of paranoia, energies of loneliness, energies of anger. Is this enough to clear it? Let's release it. And where else are there lifetimes or points of consciousness where there's been abuse of others? Okay, where are we going? It's a fear program, and it's an imprint of doom. Comes from a past experience, also comes from a parallel life. Let's clear the bleed over. In the past experience, again, a part of a group, and there's a harm to a second group, one group harming another. And what is it that listeners picked up from this experience, meaning what was activated? Energies of regret, exhaustion, abuse of self, loneliness, panic, energies of fear, fear of God, energies of anxiety, energies of boredom, judgment, brain damage, paralysis in life, meaning I don't deserve now. I'm in trouble. I'm going to have to answer for this. I'm going to have to experience suffering. I'm putting myself on a self-imposed plan of suffering, struggling, brutality, energies of disappointment in life because of this experience. So is this enough to clear it? Let's clear the lifetime, the program, the energy, and remove the discord. Let's give everybody a boost. So we're not doing that to say that, hey, if you abuse somebody, don't worry, we'll clear it. It's cool. It'll be fine. No, it's getting you off of this looping pattern of I have to experience abuse, because what I've found in working with people is someone will have an experience where they've harmed another, and then for the next 5,000 lifetimes they're on the abuse, victimization, brutality, suffering train, where they just feel that they have to keep playing it out because it's never enough. It's never complete. It's like the snowball rolling down the hill. So we want you to learn and grow from your experiences, to understand compassion, to understand the ramifications of harming another, to understand the ramifications of being harmed, and to let it go and to choose something new. So holding oneself in a place of abuse of self, holding oneself in the energy of solely defining yourself as a victim is hugely limiting. You're so much more than that. You've had an experience in other lifetimes. Some of you may not really identify with feeling like you've been abused in this lifetime, but in past experiences you have, and because we've all pretty much been everything, we've been both sides. Everyone likes to think that they've only ever been a guardian angel. I've really only ever been a guardian angel, and now I'm in this harsh environment. I guarantee you there are experiences that you've had where, from somebody's perspective, maybe it was inadvertent, but from somebody's perspective, you've been the perpetrator. So we are cleaning it up so that you can have a new experience, that you don't have any of these little limiting, subconscious little landmines that are there that have to block or limit you in any way. So now that we've done that, I just want to ask, to what degree is anyone listening open to receiving their greater good, to allowing it in? To what degree are they willing? Over 100%. Good. Is there anything else that we need to look at? Okay, so let's go ahead and let's apply the mop-up. I want to thank myself, listeners, high self, everyone working with us, bringing forth light, eradicating darkness, limitation, and fear. And so it is. So thank you so much for listening to this one. I really appreciate it. Man, I hope you feel a shift from that. There were some really dense energies there that were moving, but let me know. I really appreciate everybody's feedback. I've had messages on YouTube, and then people are also sending me email messages as well, and I really appreciate it. Love getting the feedback. Gives me lots of ideas about things that I want to do in the future in terms of clearing work. So let this one integrate. Be gentle with yourself. Drink some water. Relax if you can. If you can't, imagine going through the rest of your day in some fuzzy bunny slippers. Just take it easy. And I will be back next week with another free clearing. Hope you're doing great. Bye for now.